Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you a really quick, easy, glam-ish way to contour your face. But if you want to know how to do it, keep on watching. Alright, so let's get started. So I've got my foundation on and my eyebrows. Excuse the eyebrows because they're a little bit bloody bushy. That's because I leave for Peru in about a week and I'm trying to hold off from getting them done until the day before I leave. We shall see how that goes. Okay, so first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start off with highlighting. So you always want to start off obviously with the lighter colour, then build up. Same drill with eyeshadows, etc, etc, etc. So first off I'm going to start off with concealing under my eyes as well as highlighting, and then highlighting the highest points of your face, or of my face I should say. When you highlight the highest points of your face, it's basically the things that you want to be brought out. So usually that includes the center of the face, the cheekbones, top of the lips, what's it called again? The chin. So these are the things that you want to bring out so that when someone sees you, the first thing they see is those. So for today I'm going to be using my Instant Age Rewind by Maybelline. I've got one in medium and one in fair clear. Oh no, it's just fair, don't worry about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the medium first. So I'm going to put some under my eyes. I'm going to begin to start the triangle shape, and I'm going to put a little bit down my nose, center of the forehead, a little bit on the chin, and a little bit on the top lip. Now, the reason why I have decided to use both of these is because this is slightly too dark to highlight with, and this is a little bit too light. So I can't actually wear this on its own, or else it will kind of look ashy and a little bit ridiculous. So I just tend to mix the two. That way it's a brightening, but it's not too brightening where it can leave you looking ashy, or leave me looking ashy. So I'm just going to put this kind of in the middle and a little bit just below there. Now I know it looks like I've put it on a lot, but with this product it's actually so light that it doesn't cake up, which is great. Okay, so now I've got my sponge and I'm just gonna start blending that out. So I'm gonna start on the chin and the upper lip, down the bridge of my nose, my forehead, and I'm going to start blending out underneath my eyes. And I'm also blending it kind of on the side of my nose as well, just to help it look a little bit slimmer. And remember, when you're blending it out with a sponge, do the dabbing motion, not the swiping motion, if you want fuller coverage. So I want a lot more coverage, so out of my product, so I'm just going to be dabbing instead of swiping. Okay, so once that's done, I want to set underneath the eyes to prevent any creasing. I really like the method of having my wet sponge and dipping it into powder. So for that I'm going to be using my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, a really good dupe for this, and that is actually quite affordable, and you can get it from Priceline in Australia and drugstores in other places. Is the NYX contour palette. However, at the moment I'm going to be using my Kat Von D, so I'm just going to be using this banana shade and the lighter shade. I'm just going to put a little bit on my sponge, and then I'm going to work it underneath my eyes just to prevent that from creasing. It will also help it to brighten it up and also provide more of a highlight. So the way I like to contour is to use a cream product first and then set it with a powder. That's mainly if I've got a really glam look. If not, I'll tend to use either just powder or just cream. But today I will show you how to use a cream and then set it with the powder. So my favorite, if you can't tell, is this Pro Sculpting Cream by MAC in Coffee Walnut. It's just, I mean, it looks scary, it really does, because of the colour, but it is beautiful. It blends out really well. I find that it really does mimic the natural shadows that you may get when, you know, light hits your face. To contour with, you really want a cool toned, so more of a greyish colour, not so much warm. I mean, if you like to have a warm contour, by all means contour with a warm shade. I just find it looks just that little bit better with a cooler colour. So I like to grab a little paddle brush. This is by Real Techniques, pointed foundation brush. And I'll get a little bit of product on the brush. And then I will place that in the hollows of my cheekbone. So I just place it kind of like there. And I kind of begin to blend it. I never ever go any further than about here. Because if you go in any further, it kind of just really defeats the purpose of putting the contour shade. So just leave it. It's mainly at the back of the face, so don't really go past here. Sometimes I'll put some around my forehead, my jawline, and I don't really contour my nose, but for the sake of the video, I guess I'll try. That's some shocking nose contouring, but that's okay. Never fear. So to blend this out, I use, again, my sponge. And I'm actually going to start on my jaw. When blending out the jaw, I kind of bring it down. So instead of going up, I'll bring it down. And then with the temples, I'll blend towards my hairline. And then my cheekbones, I'll blend slightly up, not too much, just slightly. So just like that. Now to set it, what I like to do is I like to get kind of the same colours to contour and just to set the contour. So in my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, I use these two colours mixed for my skin tone. So I'm just going to get a little bit of the product onto a brush. This is the e.l.f. blush brush, and it's really good because it's kind of tapered, as you can see, so it will really get into the hollows of my cheekbones. So a little bit, I'm going to tap off the excess, and pretty much where we placed the cream contour, we're going to place the powdered. Make sure you blend really well and always start with a light hand first, then build up to the intensity that you want. Don't go full ham or else it's going to start to look muddy, it's not going to look right, it's just going to turn to absolute shit, to put it nicely. If you do feel like you've built it up too much, you can just go in with your sponge or brush with a little bit of your foundation that's left on it and just tap it out to soften it. Now sometimes if I feel like I've gone too far down with the contouring, or I want a much sharper contour, I'll go in with a translucent powder and kind of bake it, or I'll go back in with the banana powder and the other lighter colour that I used under my eyes, and I'll put that on my sponge and I'll really cut it. So I've got a little bit on my sponge, and I'm going to move this hair out the way, and basically just going to swipe it down. Then I'll pat it in, And you can just see it just gives a much more sharper effect. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to finish the rest of the face with you guys, so I'm just going to put some bronzer. This is the Hourglass, my favourite. You guys have probably seen it about 100 times in my videos. I'm sorry. So I'm just going to use the bronzer just on top of the contour, where we contoured. I'm also going to bring that slightly down the neck as well. And then I'm just going to put some highlighter on. I'm just going to use my Champagne Pop. That's really fucking broken. And with this, I'm going to put it on the highest points of my face, so where we highlighted before. And just softly, just here on my cheekbones. I like to bring it here around to the temple. A little bit on the center of my forehead. Not too much. Also, find the highlighter that works for you. Usually if there's a lot of glitter in the highlight, it can actually bring out a lot of pores, a lot of texture in your skin, because you're putting that forward, because you're bringing light to it. So if you have a lot of texture on your skin and you're a bit, wary of it, self-conscious of it, you can there is products out there that are highlighting enough that it will give you like a subtle glow, but not really that blinding look that's pretty much in at the moment. With my nose, I just like to bring it on the bridge, not so much on the tip. A little bit on the cupid's bow and the chin. And that is pretty much how I contour. Okay, so I've just finished off with some blush, some mascara, and a lipstick, which is by NYX. It's a lingerie in Beauty Mark, this one here. So that's just one of my ways of contouring and highlighting. I do have other ways, but yeah, I really hope it was kind of helpful for you. If you learned anything, great. If I confused you, I'm sorry, I will redo it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, comment, your tips and tricks. If this video was very helpful, if you want to see another one, etc, etc, etc. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!